In this episode,
I ended up fine off the first tee, though when I reviewed the footage I can see I had the club face in a funny, weird position on impact. I'm not sure about the physics there, but I was safe in the fairway.
Let's do a check-in on the weather. The weather is gorgeous. Mid-70s, feels more like 80, not a cloud in the sky. It's beautiful, perfect shirt sleeve weather, dry, so weather couldn't be better. Health, feeling a bit stiff from the flying and from playing 2 days ago, and then I played pickleball yesterday. I hadn't played a court sport in a while, and so it was super fun, and it was new muscles. So yeah, I did my stretching and roll out, and I think I'm ready to go. Mental health check-in. I'm feeling some anxiety. You know, it's here. I'm here in Florida. I'm playing on amazing courses, and now I have scoring anxiety or handicap anxiety or duff shot anxiety, and I'm working on translating that from saber-toothed tiger fear into amusement park excitement. Biologically exactly the same, or chemically exactly the same. So working on that, and I am super excited to play again today. I'm playing at Arrowhead a second time, play the National tomorrow, and so I'm playing Arrowhead again, the same track as I did 2 days ago, and I'm very excited about it, having spent 18 holes the other day really studying the layout and so forth, and I did okay. I shot an 88, but I was kind of all over the map, and a birdie on one end and triple bogeys on the other, and I'd like to smooth that out a bit. I'd be happy with all bogeys, frankly, just to have a more even-keeled round. Maybe a bit more about the search for my swing. I have this chronic early extension, and it's so annoying. I can see it on camera. I can see what I'm supposed to be doing right from videos, so many videos on how to actually fix that problem, and I just haven't got the feel. I've got like little inklings and breadcrumbs, and I haven't been able to lock that in, and so I'm headed to the range. I'll spend an hour on the range this morning working on that, and that's literally my number one thing in the search for my swing tour, is to really practice that. So I'm going, part of the anxiety too that I'm feeling, that mental health anxiety, is that I'm in the middle of this swing transition, trying to fix this early extension challenge, and so I feel uncertain about my swing, and so I know I can, if I go back to my old swing, that I can get better at my short game, for example, but it's just not sustainable, and my long game certainly isn't. And yeah, it's just a transition phase, and I have to embrace it and trust the process, and if I mess with my scores, then that's what happens. And the primary objective for this tour through Florida, South Carolina, and California is find that swing and find that feel so that I can make it more repeatable. For today, get out there, have some fun, go to the range, see if I can lock in a better, a more consistent swing at least, and just stick with that for the round. And enjoy the weather, enjoy the round, and enjoy the course. Enjoy life.
I had played Arrowhead 2 days prior and shot an 88, so I was feeling pretty confident I could match or better that score. Strangely, I felt super nervous off the first tee, and I hadn't been feeling that way at all leading up to the round. No good reasons that I could understand on the spot, other than the anxieties that I was sharing earlier. I had my plan, and part of that plan was trying to sort out my driver consistency, and I felt I had found something on the range.
I'm trying this with a new grip, so turning my left hand over this way so I can see two of those knuckles, and wrenching this way, my right. I changed the loft to 10 degrees from 9 degrees.
I ended up fine off the first tee, though when I reviewed the footage I can see I had the club face in a funny, weird position on impact. I'm not sure about the physics there, but I was safe in the fairway. The second was a totally normal 5 hybrid for the state of my swing. A bit left, but safe.
That was a 240-yard drive, and I missed it. So
143. Yeah, so that's 180. That's about how far I hit my 5.
Alas, shot 3 and shot 4 went awry, and that ended my bid for a par on number 1. A super friendly par 5. I ended with a double. And that was how it went on the front. That double fueled my anxieties, and it became increasingly challenging to reset, though I tried, and I tried. I had some good shots, and some not as good. I had a couple pars, like only 2, really, and 7 double bogeys. Oof. I ended the front 9 with a 50, and that was a tough pill to swallow. It felt like going miles backwards in my game, which technically it was, of course. But the back 9 was a different story altogether. There was a backup at the turns. We were waiting to tee off, so that time and a bit of rehydration and fuel may have done the trick. And I tried to simplify the equation and fully reset. I even wrote them on the scorecard before I started the back 9.
all right, we're gonna make this the tail of 2 9s. I'm gonna play 3 holes at a time.
Soft hands, tempo, new grip. Let's see where we get.
It worked on that first hole, number 10. Fairway in regulation, green in regulation, and I even scared the hole for a birdie. Alas, it lipped out. A whole different start than on the front. And that continued on 11. Good tee shot, green in regulation. Not a great lag, but I was able to sink the meaty little 4 to 5 foot lead for another par. And so it went, ending with 4 pars and 5 bogeys. No doubles, no triples. Very happy with that. 5 over on the back 9, 14 over on the front. A true tale of 2 9s.
End of the day, played at Arrowhead again, second time, and I would describe it as a tale of 2 9s. Shot a 50 on the front and a 41 on the back. I would say the things that got me into trouble, my head was a mess. The front 9, it was just a mess. I don't know what the heck was going on there. I couldn't shake it. So many double bogeys, and I had some great shots. I just some weird shakes. And I was able to reset on the back 9, and I adopted I just said focus on 3 things. 1, the grip change, which was working, by the way. That grip change, mostly. I mean, I would say 80-90% of the time. And the second thing was soft hands. You know, because I was tensing up and getting to lead. I wasn't. Soft hands was just a trigger for me to say, just be loose. Keep your arms straight, but be loose. And then the last one was tempo, because my tempo was all over the map on the front 9. And that was it. And then there was the added thing of just play 3 holes at a time. So I reintroduced that, and it worked. On the first 3 holes in the back 9, I went par, bogey, and then I did it again, par, bogey, and then I sort of didn't do well in the last 3. And that's where I got most of the strokes, in the 5 over, ultimately. But it was a interesting round. So shot a 91, and last time I was here was an 88. But that's legit. That's what I'm shooting right now. And I'm working on that mental game, and I'm working on that swing. And I got to tell you that grip change was significant. I don't know if it's in my head or actual mechanics, or both, but it worked. It was working, and I'm going to keep going after that. So tomorrow I play at the National. I'll do a bit more meditation on the round today, and make some conscious shifts, and we'll talk about those in the morning. That was a fun round. Again, it's so much fun playing out here. It's just a different animal altogether. Until tomorrow.